Well, I'm back with a brand new set. Bunch of things I don't regret. I don't know what you expect, but I got new things. We got these new brand new guests. We got these things that were left. We don't know what we got left, but I'm just saying. Got Jaskirt to the left. I'm gonna have to get up and down because right now the producer could not make it, which could be me or could be another person producing, but I'm gonna let's music play out. Just let it roll. Fuck. The outro goes like this for a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I faded a little bit.
Oh, sick, dude.
Not
You
bad.
didn't write that?
No.
I don't believe you.
I think sometimes it sounds dumber as I go. You know, I'm like, no, this doesn't sound. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I just make shit up, and then when I go back and listen to it, it sounds worse. I wrote this though, like this.
Yeah, you wrote this the beat?
Everything.
Damn. Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah. You hear that little noise right there? Can you hear that?
What is it?
Let's see here again. A little rumble. That's about to change. I think they have a toilet roll dispenser over there. Like, motherfucker. I was about to take it off the wall, get one of those stand ones, you know?
Yeah.
Make it fancy. There we go. Into the music. How about that? So, we're back here. This is Lying in the Truth. I'm Ruben, and this is our guest.
I'm the liar. He's the truth.
A lion, you know?
Yeah, lion.
Yeah. That's kind of a play on the words, yeah. And I don't know about the truth, you know. I tell people at work all the time we'd talk politics or life or whatever it might be. We'll have a conversation about something, and people would be like, where did you get that information from? You got to go look it up yourself. You know, there's FBI websites and everything else. That's the number one thing you got to do is not say, I heard this from Ruben, because I am not the information. I am not the truth that you want to get, you know?
Anytime somebody asks me where I got the info, I just say YouTube.
Yeah.
They instantly dismiss it.
Exactly. It was on a meme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Or I'd say OAN. They're like,
Oh,
oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. So hit me up on Parler. Yeah.
I just say I got it from an Eric Dubé YouTube video.
Yeah. You know, YouTube is the, it's funny because people will always just use everything to the benefit of their story. You know, like, oh man, your dryer's broken. Got to get on YouTube. Man, it has everything you need on there. It has, man, you need to learn how to do something. You can look it up on YouTube and learn anything.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? I heard about this political guy on YouTube. That's bullshit. Wait, you just told me to fix my fucking dryer on YouTube.
Right.
You know?
I know. You could YouTube can replace college these days. Like, you could learn everything on YouTube.
And pretty much every subject. And then also, besides just like YouTube, these might be on YouTube, might be on a website, but they have something called master classes. We're not sponsored by master classes. But master classes, you can learn accounting by, you know, one of the best accountants out there.
Yeah.
Tom Morello from Rage Machine, he gives guitar lessons.
I've heard of that. But they sponsor a bunch of fucking podcasts, right?
Yeah.
It used to be Khan Academy. That used to be the big online thing.
Did they pick the word con as a joke? Like,
hey, it was Khan. It was
Khan University.
Khan.
Oh,
So it was some
Genghis
like
Khan.
basically it was some Muslim dude who would just put up fucking lessons online.
Yeah.
I tried to learn calculus on there, but that didn't fucking work.
No, I don't know how. But you know, colleges. I don't know if it's like Harvard or Yale. One of them, they provide their college courses, you know, all their lectures online, so you can go watch them.
MIT has all of them online,
Yeah.
or they have like a lot of them online. I was watching a few of them, and they're pretty fucking good. It beats paying whatever, like tens of thousands of dollars a semester and shit.
Yeah, for sure. In most all the knowledge, like you know, I'm an electrician. We have apprentices. I always give an apprentice the same information. One, you have to get the education yourself. Mm-hmm. Nobody's just going to hand you this book and you're going to download it. You are just going to have to read, and then you get to work. It's on the job training. So you got to have to search out the things you need to know. 2, go to college.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but you know, same thing with college. When you go there, they're going to give you the books and stuff, but your thirst for knowledge is going to have to be there. You're going to have to, you know, look out what you want to know.
Yeah, like when I went to college, at Fresno State, I had to do. I switched over to fucking computer science, and it's like learning another language. You had to already be pretty much super fluent in coding before you even got started. Like the only kids who would do good on the tests were kids who had been like coding since freshman year of high school. And if that was like your first time coding, you're fucked, because the teacher is like, they mostly got like Asperger's if they're teaching computer science.
For sure.
And they're just like, they're going 1,000 miles per hour. Meanwhile, you're like, fucking, you don't even know the half of like what they're talking about.
Don't know the definition of the word, and they're starting at expert level, and they're like, why don't you know this? This is like common sense.
Yeah, seriously. It's nuts.
String theory. Come on, figure it out, bro. They had Rogan had a guy on the other day who was talking about quantum physics, and it's like every quantum physics conversation starts off with you deeply interested. It's like, fuck yeah, this guy's gonna tell me some shit, you know. And then it's like 4 words into it, like, what the fuck? I have no idea what's going on right now.
And Rogan is like, it's hilarious that he tries to bring on all these intellectuals, because he's like the polar fucking opposite of it.
And he doesn't understand. He might be catching on, I think, phrases like most of us. Like, that's why we're interested. We catch on phrases, things, string theory, you know, or infinity, you know, all those things sound really cool.
Rogan ceases to fucking surprise me, because he's supposed to be super into fitness, but did you see the whole like Andrew, what's his name, Cuomo, where he had a 100-pound dumbbell?
Oh yeah.
And then Rogan was like, I don't know, that could be real. That might be real.
Yeah, because he thought he was a big guy. He thought he would possibly, you know.
Well, it's like everybody compared to Rogan as a big guy. Rogan is like, what is he, like 5?
No, he's not. But Andrew Cuomo, that guy's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. But the dumbbell was like obviously fake.
Fake, yeah. I didn't see the picture. I remember the conversation. I was, you know, they're like, man, this is. And he's like, I don't know, maybe he's a big guy.
Maybe,
he was given the benefit of the doubt, you know, but then he was quickly proved wrong.
Oh yeah, because he had to go to the experts. He had to go to some of his strongmen. He knew some strongmen, and he's like, yeah, they told me it was completely fake. Yeah, it's like, did you really need to go to the experts for that? You know?
Yeah, you could just picked up one of the fucking medicine ball things you have, the kettlebells. You know, 100 pounds. Can you sit here every time someone comes on, sit next to the desk? Take this to this guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Seriously.
Nope.
Well, I think he just deals with kettlebells. I don't think he's ever been around dumbbells.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the guests? Anyways, that was weak.
Most of the comics that are on, yeah.
Some of them, you know, I understand some of the comics he has on because right now no one's working, so he's trying to bring on some of these people. You know, and then they are his opening acts. They take him on the road. So like, I think it's one Ali McCloskey.
Yeah. Did you? You should have seen her on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
She was on Kill Tony, and one of the open micers, they started grilling Ali because she was talking about how she slept with Rogan, and that's the only reason why he's taking her on the road. And it was pretty awkward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's like that might have happened.
Well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali Makovsky.
It makes it a little odd when she keeps coming on the show, and I think she's one of the girls who are moving to Austin also.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. He got all those morons to move to Austin.
Yeah. Free housing. You know what I mean? If you work everywhere, right? Then anyone where can be your central location as long as you have an airport.
Yeah.
You know, you're always traveling, so your home base, and typically, like a lot of these people, they would still like, you know, especially comics, live at mom's house. They might have an apartment somewhere just so they could store shit, you know, or, you know, party every once in a while. But they're on tour. They're on the road constantly.
Right.
You know, so if you can go anywhere, you know, you want to go maybe where a lower tax rate is if it affects your $50 or $100 million check, right? And then also, I laugh. They can say, we're coming here for more freedom. I'm all, oh yeah, how was 420?
Right.
How was that 420 freedom over there in Texas?
Yeah.
You know, oh, nobody, you know, like, you know, now I'm surprised sometimes. I think they smoked weed a couple times on Rogan, but they have to say it's cigarettes, you know,
Yeah.
because you can't smoke weed in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna last because
Or mushrooms.
yeah, you can't. That's like super illegal.
Yeah,
over there.
Ron White, he said he was microdosing. You know, I don't know if it was acid or mushrooms he was doing, and it really helped him out. But then his person got popped.
Really?
Yeah, so then he had to stop doing it. So that's why I think he might actually move back to L.A. just so he can get, because, you know, psilocybin and shit like that's getting legal there, you know?
Right.
But
there's like big companies that are getting into it.
yeah. In Austin, I don't even know, like, Austin's Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And all the big cities are Democrat.
He went over there thinking that he was moving to like Wyoming or something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, Austin might be more freaking liberal than LA, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Because
They have Freaknik, all kinds of crazy shit over there.
right.
Houston, wild.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you've been watching Kill Tony, they've been having the same open micers over and over and over.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get it like LA where like everybody's coming to LA.
You have 20 million people.
Yeah, there's millions of people, and in Austin, it's like how many people are interested in an open mic?
Yeah.
You know,
The weather sucks there. I mean, it is like Fresno extreme.
yeah,
You know, the hot is motherfucking hot.
mm-hmm.
But then also, like, one of the best things about Fresno is Clovis, we go out this front door, it is beautiful mountains.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is awesome. You go to Texas, you just see more Texas.
Yeah, I know.
You don't see nothing else.
Yeah, the landscape is pretty shitty out there.
Huge pig problem, right? They have a huge. Their energy is not based on any other kind of federal grid or any regulations,
Mm-hmm.
so they can do whatever they want. They were charging people $10,000 a month when power shortage and where things are going on.
So Rogan moved there like it was like a month or two right before that big snowstorm happened.
Yeah,
It was like a once in 100-year snowstorm, and then Rogan moved all of his like fellow comics out there. And Rogan's rich, so he had like
backup generators.
He had all that shit.
Fucking Buffalo bars.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of supplies and shit. Red Band was talking about how miserable he was.
Yeah.
He talked about having to, I don't know what I think he had to like melt snow or something.
Yeah.
And he had to like live off of Monster energy drinks.
No one had any food, especially if you just moved there. You got nothing.
Right.
You know?
And he had like a Red Band and probably Tony and the rest of the crew he moved
Tim
out
Dillon.
there. Tim Dillon, yeah. They probably had just like regular style houses. They don't have like Rogan style compounds.
No.
So they were just like completely left in the dark.
Yeah, it was comedy written by Life.
Yes.
Like it wrote like Life's like, oh, you think you're funny? You think you're gonna move on me, bitch?
Right.
You know, da.
Seriously.
And it's and then also like I always try to point out, a lot of these people is Rogan lived in Boston and then moved to San Francisco, and then I don't know where he moved after that, but then he lived in L.A. I've lived in since even like we've been listening the last decade. He's moved maybe 2 times or 3 times in L.A. area, California. He just moves.
Right.
So it's not like when he left California, he's like, oh no, we lost. No, he visited. He's doing his thing. That's what he does. That's okay. We didn't lose any. Granted, there's probably a lot of tax, not really an effect on California tax money.
Mm-hmm.
But and once that Comedy Store's open, he didn't sell his house. Even Elon Musk, they're like, oh, Tesla's going to Texas. No, he's not. He's opening a place in Texas.
Right.
Why would he? What profit would he get to move everything he has to Texas and then transport the cars back to Green California?
Right.
Yeah.
I think it mostly was to get out of the whole paying the state taxes.
State tax, 100%.
Yeah.
And then, but also he sees an opportunity there in Austin. He's going to build a comedy scene there.
And I don't know if that's gonna work.
They
Like
have
I
a
said.
huge music scene.
Oh really?
Huge, like, it's been like that for like almost 30 years. Texas and Austin, especially. Austin's, like I said, liberal as fuck, except for laws,
Right.
because they're still in Texas.
I don't know if the comedy will work because music maybe because it's already established, but the comedy like Kill Tony. That's like he's basically trying to do what Rogan is gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Like bring in the whole a bunch of comics. But Kill Tony, you need you need a lot of people. You know, you can't just have Rogan's crew and then they just like have a rotation there, because they even complain now, like Kill Tony's, a lot of seats are empty sometimes.
Yep.
Usually, and they got a lot of the same open micers. Whereas in LA, it was like always a packed house, always like a new group of comics trying to get up there, and then you had the superstar celebrities over there too.
Yeah.
They could always like come down whenever. So it's like you gotta move an entire culture. You can't just move like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, and not just the comic culture, but you need patron culture.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about kind of LA. Besides, it's such a vacation spot. So there's so many just people that are just visiting. So you get like the Comedy Store. There has to be at least 10% of people who don't even live in California visiting, right? And then the people that are accepting for those kinds of views. So even no matter what, right wing, left wing, they are hyperboles.
Mm-hmm.
And some, if you're in a religion belt, well, they don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear you trying to be funny.
Right.
And so you would have to transplant millions of people to make, like you're saying, a consistency. You might be able to do it for 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to keep it for years, how long is it?
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
And music is just noises.
Right.
And if you're playing, bang, ding, bang, bang, ding, they're like, hell yeah. Is that more banjo? Fuck yeah. We can use more banjo around here.
Right. Comedy is like so, it's like, it hits deeper,
Yeah.
So it's like you really gotta, it just like, it just takes more, and you really gotta like be on their side,
Yeah.
to make them laugh at it. And Rogan's been bombing lately. He was on the last Kill Tony. He didn't do very good. A lot of his jokes fell flat. And then did you see him in the Shevchenko in the pre-fight or in the post-fight interview?
No.
Where he was like he told her like, I don't know what the context was, but he was like, come get some. And then she didn't know what the hell he was talking about, because she's like, what is she? She's like Russian or something.
Yeah, so it takes it literal.
Yeah, she's like, what?
Come get to someone what? Want to fight me?
Yeah. And she was like, she like had to make him clarify like 3 times, and it was like, it was hard to watch. It was very cringe inducing.
You got to kind of stick to script on those things, I guess, when you have people from different countries.
Right. Yeah. You got to keep it really like meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
No, like.
Be like what's his name? Khabib. Oh, come here, my dog. You call me dog?
Yeah.
I'm no dog. You're dog.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, this went totally the wrong direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Someone said he had that guy Tim Kennedy on, and Tim Kennedy. I started paying attention to him because he has a lot of cool things, But then there's some parts of it. It seems like he is a hand of the government. Like he's like always pushing corporate military invasion, and doesn't even like the finding Hitler. So sometimes he actually took someone with him who spoke fluent German, and then when they found all this stuff, did they do anything? They're like, hell yeah, 5-5. Look what we saw. Look, let's show everybody else that there's still lots of us out there. You know? But then he would come on, like, I remember he said one time, people came to America to start a new government. I'm like, what history book did you fucking, what? No, like, people came here for fucking no government. Like, they're not, and then when the government sent these motherfuckers over there. People weren't just coming for free. The government's like, oh yeah, we'll pay for this for you to go over there, to establish our government over there. And then that government took over, and then all those people were from that government. Mm-hmm. It was generations after that said, why are we continuing to get ruled by this government? My parents might have been those motherfuckers, but I'm not those guys.
Right.
We should branch off. And then a few people were able to say, hey, we should start a new government. You know, but we were already here. It wasn't people from other countries, like, you know, that would also make us say, you know, we're started by Chinese and Africans and everybody else, because people were coming here to start a new government. No, they were coming here to make some money.
Right.
You know?
They wanted the land. And I heard most of the settlers had no problem with the king.
No, the first batch were them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would be just like right now, say, Republicans sent 100 people to Mars and say we're gonna go to Mars, and they went over there and they're selling like, cool way, we did it, Trump, we did it. And then Trump's still pushing his ways up there on Mars, and then the kids are born, and then those people are dying off. Well, just by statistically in life, your kids typically will be different than you a lot of times. They'll just, life will progress. That's just how life will have those different views. And they'll be like, why are we being told by Trump what to do? You know, what we should be doing our own thing. He's not even here. And then we're also paying him money. I don't even know the dude. Like, that was so that's what happened in here. So like I said, they all came here at first. They were okay with it. And then it took a while. The funny thing people don't understand is, so the first thing they did was they did a stamp tax, right? But if you have 95% of your people are illiterate, right? There's no such thing as education, really. You know, everybody's drunk in labor. There's no other jobs.
Right.
You know, you're digging in dirt, you're farming. There's no other jobs. You know, you're not making cars. There's no cars. You know, there's one blacksmith. You know, and then if you become a blacksmith, they call you a journeyman, because you have to go on a journey to your own town and become a blacksmith in that fucking town. So welcome, you're a journeyman, get the fuck out of my town. I'm the blacksmith here, you know? I'm not going to die off. But anyways, and then what they did was they passed a whiskey tax on the people here in the American soil. And that's when people were like, what the fuck? You know, America's like, hell no, we ain't dealing with no whiskey tax. And that's when there was a handful of smart, educated, you know, business owner, founding fathers, you know, a guy like Thomas Paine, who was an atheist. They would be like, yeah, whiskey tax. We told you about the stamp tax. And they said, well, we don't got a mailbox, you know? So the whiskey tax got pissed off, and that's how America finally decided they did. This guy, Thomas Paine, he wrote this pamphlet called The Common Sense Doctrine. And that's where the big term comes, common sense. So he wrote this thing, how to break free from the British rule. And so when they got the whiskey tax, he printed out this thing to everybody, and 1 out of every 10 people can read, so he would read it to them, and then they would fucking be like, hell yeah, we need to do that, and that's how the fucking freedom started. But no one came here to start a new government. So the point being, Tim Kennedy would come out here and say that, and so I'm like, man, you are like a fucking secret underground speaker for the government.
He's just a recruitment officer.
100%.
He's like a glorified recruitment officer.
Look what we can do. Always, guns are awesome. Like, look at me kill 20 pigs from this helicopter. You can do this too.
Yeah, and he's trying to push those things, so like them pushing like democracy in like other countries seems a little bit more justified.
Oh yeah. If
they try to pretend like, oh yeah, we came here, start a new government, now we got to go to Iran to start a new government, or Iraq, and it's like it once you like understand the narrative, it becomes pretty clear.
Oh yeah. That's when I was in high school, I was big into actually growing up. I wanted to be like Ranger, Green Beret, John Rambo. I wanted to go, platoon, Vietnam experiences. Like the whole thing was like I loved it. I went to the SWAT meet, I had my own Vietnam jacket, put my name on it. Like
your stolen valor.
It's so stupid. I can't wear. I want to wear that as a jacket. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
But people are like, let's don't, dude. It's from Vietnam. How old do you think I am?
I want to get a Vietnam vet hat. Like I see these old dudes walking around with a Vietnam vet hat. I just want to get one.
People are like, oh, were you in Vietnam?
And I'll be like, yeah, I was. I just want to pretend like I was.
Time traveler also. Fucking magic. Funny, we were talking about the democracy, is when I went to Vegas, I will tell this story, not the other stories. I went to this place and the guy had an accent. I love everybody. So when I hear somebody's from something, I'm going to ask questions. And a lot of people want to tell you about a little bit of something themselves. Some guy had an accent. I'm like, hey, where are you from, buddy? He said, I'm from Belarus. We got their independence in 1994. I was like, whoa, like, damn, that's a fucking statement, you know, like you, fuck. Imagine if you went to everybody, hey, we from America, we got our independence in fucking 1776. You're like, well, okay, like, wow, whatever, dude, you know.
Right.
But it was like when I heard of this guy, like, oh man, that's awesome, bro. Like, that's pretty important to you. He's like, yeah, very important to us, and you know, started chatting him up, and you know, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. He's like, you know where Belarus is? No, but you know, makes me interested. I haven't looked it up yet, but I might, you know.
Right.
And then I was on a cab, and the guy had an accent, so I said, where are you from? And he said, I'm from Iraq. You know, and I'm like, oh, sweet. And I'm like, let me talk to you a little bit, you know. I said, and I was with my wife, so I was like, hey, well, as I understand it, how was Iraq 30 or 40 years ago? Oh, it was the leader of the free world. We had beautiful buildings, and women were wearing dresses, and they would show leg. And like, if you look at Iraq 40 or 50 years ago, it was immaculate.
Right.
Until we installed democracy.
Till we took out Saddam. Saddam was dope.
That's what he said. He said, you know, Saddam, dude, that's what he said. He said, Saddam Hussein, he helped us out so much. He might have seemed bad to everybody else, but to us, he kept everything under control. And our country was blooming.
This is a pro Saddam podcast.
I don't know how that turned
for
out.
anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody wondering this?
Pro Iraq, pro Belarus.
We're pro Saddam Hussein here.
No. Will that get us a code listing? Is that the algorithm we're shooting for?
Yes.
Yeah.
And all pros, all.
Oh, he's American born, by the way, though. I'm just making a shot in the dark on that one, but
we're part of the Bath. We're part of the Bath party.
I don't know.
Which is Saddam's party.
Oh yeah, it'd be ironic. I bet you they don't bathe that often.
Well, all the well, you know, there's like so much propaganda about Saddam because his second in command was Christian.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, how bad could the guy be? And you hear all these horror stories about his sons, like, oh, his son would, what was it? He would like take the virginity of each bride before her marriage. It's like, how many thousands of marriages are going on?
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
what is he taking? Is that the black rhino pill from the liquor store? He's fucking, you know, I got it at home, you know, it's my own liquor store.
Like, you remember hearing all this shit. It's like, oh, he would fucking gun down entire weddings, and it's like, I feel like that's just like Iraqi soldiers throwing babies out of the incubator type stories.
Brown coats.
Yeah.
You know, who knows, you know, the incels and people fucking, you know, people, I know it's word I'm looking for, the, what they call those people, false. When they like during the riots that people had nothing to do with it, that were, causing problems, agitating.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those people.
Yeah.
We'll put a little title on it.
Not
afterwards.
incels. You're looking at an incel.
No, yeah.
Nah, just kidding.
That's the algorithm we're shooting for. Yeah, you know, the people that are causing problems that have nothing to do with the problems.
Right.
And, you know, and that like I said, the brown coats, that was, you know, that was Hitler's people, you know, he dressed people up to cause problems and then killed the brown coats, so they couldn't say nothing either. It was his own guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you start. Basically, you know, my kids. Some people use TikTok to dance. My kid used TikTok to learn American history. So my kid will send me a video, and be like, "Dad, you ever heard of Grover Tonkin?" I'm like, "No, shit, I told you about that." You know, he's like, you know, "Look, here's George Bush talking about weapons of mass destruction." I'm like, "I know, I told you about that." Just constantly, like, he's learning about all these false flags, and you know,
TikTok spooked me when they said like, oh, yeah, fucking China is gonna put malware on your phone if you download TikTok. So I never got into TikTok, which was a mistake.
Could have been rich.
I could have been fucking rich. I had some glass that I made. A girl posted it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Got like 2.8 million views.
Yeah.
Got like 100,000 likes. But she was an idiot because she didn't put my goddamn Instagram in the description or anywhere in the video. She had to literally manually go comment by comment and tell people to like go follow my page. Yeah. And I still got a pretty good bump, but could have gotten a way bigger bump, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, TikTok, it's like crazy it's like YouTube back in the day where any random thing can go viral.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, and it's like it's way easier to go viral on TikTok.
Because the videos are so short. So you can actually add like if I'm listening to podcast, I can only listen to so many podcasts
Right.
because they're so long. But the TikToks at 5 to 15 seconds, well, I can have 300 people listen to it. Let's get through those bitches. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
All you need is a hashtag FYP. What is that? The For You page. That's all you fucking need.
Oh yeah. My daughter was on there. She was like 13, and she's a teenager, so she would go through like emotional things, and she's also a Libra, which is awesome. But anyways, these Libras, bro, they're like 50-50 and everything. So like as much as they're like this is gonna be the great time, I'm gonna find a way to be depressed about this whole situation. You know what I mean? It's like back and fucking forth. Yeah, and thing I know about Libras also, because my wife's Libra, is they don't read directions. Well, no, they read directions 3/4 of the directions. You know, like how many of these pictures would you want on your wall?
Yeah.
If you lived outside, you're like, oh, I didn't see the live outside part. You know, like fuck. Yeah, man, you gotta finish the whole fucking thing. You know,
I'm a Cancer, and that always pissed me off. I'm like, why the fuck?
why did they name that?
Yeah, why would I get named something that's like a fucking benign tumor?
Yeah.
You call a goddamn tumor. You call it a cancer, and it's like a crab.
Yeah.
Which is also not the best animal
No, not
representation.
No, it's actually like a cockroach of the
Yeah.
ocean of some sort.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's a fucking STD.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome too.
Crabs,
You know? Fuck
you know.
yeah. And so you should also get a tattoo of it on your arm, and people are like, "Oh, you're into fucking fishing and shit."
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking into the stars. That's probably the reason why I even like the fact that I'm a Leo. Maybe I like it because it's a fucking lion.
It's a lion.
You know, when I was a kid, I remember kindergarten. We were going to the zoo, and you got to like pick an animal out that you can sponsor. So, you know, zebra, giraffe, hippo, lion. Fuck, I'm picking a lion, right? Fucking,
Everybody would be.
I didn't know anything about when I was 5 years old. I wasn't like talking to, little 5-year-old, hey, what's up? What's your sign?
What's your sign?
Fuck, I'm a Leo. Oh, you're a fucking Scorpio? Fucking get away from me. You're in the back row.
I like Scorpios. They're usually slutty chicks.
Oh, sweet. My sister won. Haha. No, so that's why I don't like Scorpios. I don't know about her. I think I almost think my sister's voluntarily celibate. But anyways,
She's a female incel.
Should be, even though she's like, 3 kids deep. But anyways, where are we going with that? Oh yeah, my sister, me growing up, has always been a bitch. Like we don't ever get along. She was 7 years older than I was, and it was like war. But then she moved out by the time she was 17. So by the time I was 10, she was out, and then like never really been like close to her, But
Consider yourself lucky. I'm the same with my brother, and he's like 5 years older than me. And like every goddamn night, I have a dream about me either fucking beating him up or him beating me up. And like my fucking hands are heavy and I can't do anything about it. It's like one of those dreams. He moved out too when he was, I don't know, I must have been like 15 or 16. But this fucker stole my social security and my like all my info, and he stole a whole bunch of other shit too. But he ended up running up my goddamn ruining my credit score before I even had a chance to like get any sick loans. And like once I found out years later, like 2 years ago, I found that out when I was trying to apply for some loans.
Checking on Credit Karma.
I wasn't even on it. It's like my parents checked, and they were like, they were trying to buy a house or some shit under my name. And we fucking look it up, and it's like, oh no, his credit score's fucked. He can't do shit. And I'm like, what? What the hell? And they're like, yeah, somebody in Peoria, Illinois.
All of a sudden you hear the door slam, and your brother left the room, and you hear his car start.
This fucker, he's been in and out of the house, so he wasn't even living with us at the time, but now he is. And it's like, lo and behold, after all that bullshit, like he has to come back,
Yep.
So your sister never came back? She never moved back in?
No, she moved back in.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, for sure. She got pregnant, I think, like 21. Guy ended up being mentally insane. He's actually homeless walking around somewhere around here. You'll see him every once in a while. He looks like Jesus. Of course, they all look like Jesus, huh? But anyways, so he wasn't around, and then she had a new boyfriend like 2 or 3 years later, had a baby with him. He was a piece of shit. So he's not around. But like, yeah, she lived out for like 3 or 4 years. But by the time I left when I was like 17, she was moving back in,
Mm.
or she already moved. No, she lost custody of her firstborn because of the secondborn. The boyfriend apparently shook baby shake under my niece when she was a little baby, so she had hemorrhaging in the brain. She's like paralyzed. So because of that, they couldn't prove he did it. But when the doctor goes like, "Oh, this is called baby shake syndrome," we see this all the time in the brain. Moves back and forth. She didn't break up with him or press charges or didn't say it was him because she wasn't around. She actually left and he was in charge to babysit, and baby wouldn't shut up, so he fucking shook it.
Fuck.
Yeah, and she was pregnant with his baby, so she lost custody of the girl. That was when she was like 23, so that would make me like 16. So that's when I was actually younger than that. I was by 14 when it happened. So it was by 21. So she moved in with my parents. So my parents took full custody of my niece, and so I was basically, and my parents were stoners. So my sister fucked up everything.
Right.
So she was 7 years older than I was. So by the time she was 15, she had a full-time job. She was legit up until she had a full-time job. She was working at Taco Bell over there on Shaw and Peach. And then she got a job at Long John Silver's right next to it.
Nice.
One after another.
Joint.
So she's always been a hardworking person. Get a job. But then once she got a job and she was, I guess we want to call Scorpios. She did that Scorpio shit, and she's fucking running wild with older dudes and ditching school. Got caught shoplifting at at God Shocks in the fucking mall. They call that stuff. They call it pimping, but they soliciting alcohol. Hey, you buy me some alcohol. Met some dudes, and then we're at an apartment complex swimming. She's all drunk. Fucking security cop shows up. The campus cop shows up. All you guys are delinquent. They're fucking 22. You're 17. Get popped. Go to the fucking school. Realize she's been ditching for 30 days. My grandfather was really, really, really rich. Bought her a car, like a Volkswagen Bug. Back in the late 80s. 86, 87, Volkswagen Bugs were the shit, especially with some speakers back there, fucking bumping Two Life Crew and shit. But she gets in a car accident her very first day, right? She fucking hits somebody and says, "I'm sorry, I don't have my license with me, but here is my name. My name is so-and-so." Gave a name of her first name, but a girl who lived down the street's last name.
Oh, fuck.
Same exact last initial, So the cop comes over to rectify the hit and run, goes to the house of this girl, the name my sister gave, who's a year younger than my sister. And then I said scorpions are, so obviously this girl didn't like her, so when the cop showed up and said, "Hey, we're looking for so-and-so drives a yellow Volkswagen Bug," she's like, no, I don't have one, but 4 houses down has one. So the cops go to her, bust her for the hit and run. Fucking, anyways, goes to school, parks in the teacher's parking lot, hits a teacher.
Oh, shit.
This is like, we're not even out of high school yet. This is all high school shit. So at that time, I'm like 10. So me being, any kind of 10-year-old, like, "Hey, screw you, haha, fuck you, you're dumb." She'd come home all drunk, like, "You deserve it," with the room spinning around. I'm on fucking, pet. But then she's fucking out, and then, so by the time it came to me, my parent, when she's out by 17, my parents were like, "Good luck, bro. Like fucking cool food's over there, and that's your room, cool, you need clothes at the beginning of the year, pick out what you need, and then we'll take you to go buy." Like every year I'd go pick out my outfits I need for the year, buy the clothes. And like I said, when I went from like this poor neighborhood, like, I don't know if you know Clovis very well, but I went to Tarpey Elementary School. It's like the poor neighborhood.
Tarpey.
The cutoff is Minnewawa. That was the zone. So anything east of Minnewawa went to Clark. Everything west went to Kasner. So my dad is a school plumber. He was doing fairly well for everybody in my neighborhood. I was the richest kid in the neighborhood. I had dental, like I had braces and shit. They're like, "Oh, damn, he rich, Oh, yeah, I might have white teeth, But anyways, I don't know why when I talk like a kid, I become Mike Tyson. Like I thought I was tough or something. Anyways, so they shipped us from Tarpey to Kasner. And I always said, like, it was a culture shock. My mom made most of my clothes. I'm Hispanic. My mom would make all my clothes, and my shorts, my shoes, my shirts, my mom made. And then I went over there, and that wasn't cool apparently. And so I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to buy new clothes. I joke. I was like, oh, man, you got your name on your clothes? Z Cavarici? Your name's Cavarici? Man, I should get my mom put my name on my clothes. That'd be sweet, you know?
You'd be cool as shit now. Custom clothes.
Fuck yeah. That would be hip. That changed the fucking game. Back then, I wasn't that cool. They had, I remember seeing a Chevy Blazer. This is like 1989. So a Chevy Blazer. It's like I think it's called C10 Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
And that time's like when they first came out, and it wasn't like the full big one. It was like the S10. That was the S10 Blazer, and it was a smaller one. And I've never seen that before. My dad only had to use trucks. Everybody in the neighborhood's broke.
Right.
You know, when they built those houses, they weren't even, all the houses still didn't have like side concrete. There was still like dirt on the side. Like the whole development wasn't fully developed yet. You know, we had sidewalks and shit, but like, you know, people had like patio walkways. You know, not everybody had them because, you know, when you get it by your house, it's expensive.
Right.
So, but it's out, you know, we're in a poor neighborhood sort of. But anyways, I saw those cars. I was like, man, I've never seen that car before. Like, it was just the cars were new.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a fucking culture shock coming from this point to that point, you know? And then my parents were like fucking stoners. But I remember in 7th grade, I was going to play football.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, hey, play football, you got to get a physical. And that's like $15. I'm like,
You
damn.
got to get your balls touched.
Yeah, I'm like, that was cool with me, you know? I went to church a couple times. No, but they had to come with $15, which isn't happening, you know? My parents never have money for me. I didn't know what money was, you know?
Damn.
And then you had to buy white Nike Sharks. And I was like, I get one pair of shoes a year. I'm not wearing cleats all year. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I can't be on the team, you know? And then everybody on the team was typically from a better school. None of the Tarpy kids, only 1 or 2 kids went out there. And we had a couple of rich kids, but apparently I didn't know that until we got there.
Mm-hmm.
But they had, you know, shorts and stuff you know, I'm like, I don't have any of that stuff. Socks, shorts, like everything I have is just like, almost like I was like, you know, hand-me-down stuff. It wasn't, but I just didn't know fashion. My parents didn't have money to pay for anything. They're buying weed.
They're buying too much weed.
You know, and partying and shit. And like I said, my dad would. My mom ended up working nights, and my dad would like bowl and golf and do his own thing. So literally, like I would be home all the time by myself. There was no curfew. My parents would go to Hawaii 2 weeks a year. First 2 weeks of February, they'd fucking take off. They'd leave $200.
Without you?
I'd never been out of the state. They've
God
been everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah. I have a shirt. Like every time they come back, they bring me a shirt. Like it says Hawaii, and they have the year on it, 1987.
Just to rub it in your face.
Yeah, and so people would come over and be like, dude, cool, you went to Hawaii. And like, no, the shirt did.
Yeah.
Like, my whole closet's fucking cultured as fuck, you know, but I don't know shit, you know? You want to have a good conversation, go hang out in my closet. Well, yeah, fucking. So by the time I came in, my parents were like, fucking good luck. You know, my sister fucked everything up. Scorpios.
God damn.
Yeah. Remember I talked before, we were saying, we'll probably have these topics and never even touch them, huh? Fucking got there. Well, so we're deep into it. I don't know how long we're in here. Oh, we're doing pretty good. But this is the new set. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've been busting my ass on this. We are deep in the heart of Old Town Clovis.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, Clovis Avenue is like very close. I don't know exactly tell you where we're at, because, you know, just all the fans, they line up outside, and it's hard to get to my car and stuff. You know?
Clovis, California. There's a Clovis, Texas.
No, New Mexico.
Oh, is it New Mexico?
New Mexico.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so if you ever, sometimes you type something up, it's like New Mexico. I'm like, bro, you track everything I know. Have I ever gone to New Mexico? Stop searching New Mexico, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, do I have to get TikTok to really get you to know me? You know? Fuck, figure it out.
Then the Chinese will know you.
Yeah, I'm already planning to get the fucking chip. You know, just fucking hook the chip to my fucking TikTok. You know, Bluetooth me, tell how many steps I'm going, or you know, I got this iWatch. Didn't want an iWatch, but my wife bought it for me. I'm like, okay, I gotta wear it then. I'm gonna go pause that for a second.
You gonna start rapping? Just start
No,
rapping.
That's the end of it here. I'll pause that one. I'm back in the brand new set. No. Let me pause this. No, I'm muted. There we go. That's the intro. I'll put that in so I don't have to add it later.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, see, the producer, Jamie. Look that up, Jamie. He's sick today.
Turn that shit off, Jamie.
Yeah. He's in fucking Texas or something right now. But
Jamie's fucking... do you like Jamie?
He's good. I think sometimes he he looks up the right stuff sometimes. Sometimes he's like, actually, you guys are wrong. You know, like
I feel like he's always fucking doing it wrong. He pissed me off on the Eddie Bravo episode where he was chiming in way too much.
oh yeah,
He was like arguing with Eddie. And then recently they were talking shit about Trisha Paytas. You know Trisha Paytas?
no,
She's on the H. Do you know the H3? H3.
yeah,
Ethan Klein. She has a podcast with Ethan Klein, and she's pretty funny. She's just a crazy fucking person. She has like an OnlyFans.
yeah.
She's just nuts. But she was they were talking shit about Trisha. Ali Makovsky actually brought her up, and they were talking shit about Trisha Paytas, and then Trisha had to clap back at him.
They were just talking like she didn't like her point of view.
Who, Ali? No, Ali was actually supportive. She was like, "Yeah, I love Trisha Paytas," but she might have been joking or something. But Jamie was like, Joe Rogan was like, "Okay, pull her up. Let's see what she looks like." And Jamie was like, "Oh no, you don't want to see her. I don't think you want to see her. She's like," he was just like implying that she's like ugly or something. Meanwhile, I want to see what kind of chicks young Jamie is pulling. Young old Jamie. Jamie looks like an old fucking man if you see a photo of him. He looks like an incel. Jamie is number one incel.
I'll look Jamie up here on this thing right here.
Jamie's fucking face. He looks super old. He's like a tall guy. He's a tall cell.
So Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Jamie Vernon. His last name's Vernon.
Yeah, Jamie Vernon. I follow him on Instagram or something like that.
I think I'm blocked. I think he blocked me.
It must be.
There he is. And also his goddamn merch. Look at his fucking merch. Like I wish Supreme would get their
powerful.
Yeah, I want Supreme to get their legal team in check and sue all these fucking posers who put a random word in red block and white text.
Or like this one, like Run DMC. Go get him.
All of his shit, all of his stuff is like
Unoriginal. Yeah,
unoriginal, a cheap copy.
Yeah, the Supreme one,
the DMC one. But people fucking buying it. People keep buying this shit.
Hey.
So he must be making a killing off of that stuff. I miss Red Band. I wish Red Band would come back. Red Band's merch was kind of cool. His little cat.
Yeah.
His little Chinese cat.
Yeah.
That was cool. It was like original.
I think he's transitionally moving to who's that guy I like to listen to? Chrissy Chaos. You ever hear him? He's pretty funny. He was on the Hyenas. He had a show. It was a podcast to Two Hyenas or something like that. I think it was a sports comedy. But Chrissy Chaos, he's been like on everybody's podcast lately. Fighter and the Kid and King of the Sting, and then also Andrew Citino. Do you watch Dave?
Dave who?
The show. It's Little Dicky's show on FX. Dave.
Oh no, I know who Little Dicky is though.
Oh, bro. Before we get to the next show, like that's like a subject I like to do is I'll tell you to watch something, you tell me to watch something, we'll come back and we'll talk about it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Dave, the TV show on FX, I think it's on Hulu and stuff like that, but it is awesome. It's so fucking funny. Like at the end of it, every episode, you're just laughing your ass off. Like it was written so well, and I think it won a bunch of awards over there on Hulu or FX.
Oh, really?
But they're working on season 2, but his best friend on the show is Andrew Santino.
Oh, fuck.
The
okay,
Angry Ginger.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking Santino.
He's fucking great. Well, Chrissy Chaos was on Santino, and then Bad Friends, Bobby Lee and Santino. That's a good one. But he's fucking funny. He's moving from I think East Coast to LA because he has a show on it's not History Channel, but what's the other channel? Travel? No, what's the other channel?
There's Discovery, Travel, and then ID.
Maybe it's Discovery. He calls it BBW, Backyard Bar Wars. But he wanted to call it BBW, but it's called Backward Bar Wars. He says every time he goes, he says BBW.
It's my favorite category.
Yeah, but they tell him don't say BBW. Oh no, True TV, is that the one?
Yeah, True
Yeah,
TV.
so that's where he has True TV with the guys from Practical Jokers, which is still a great fucking show.
I never got into it, but I know True TV. They're always hiring comics for those little like reaction shows and shit.
Yeah,
like Tom Segura and his wife were on a lot of those. What do you think about Tom Segura and them?
I like Tom. I try to like Bert Kreischer. I do not like him. I hate his his laugh. Like, he ruins every show.
Yeah, and he'll laugh at any fucking stupid little thing.
He's almost like the perfect cliche Hollywood goofball. It's almost like it's all fake.
Yes.
You know?
And they're all milking it. They're milking the money train so hard right now.
Yeah.
Especially Tom.
I like Tom, though.
You like Tom?
He's funny, but he understands also, like, to me, Tom seems like, this is my opportunity, you know, so I better make some money.
Yeah.
And we're going to expand our business. And he is funny. Like, have you seen his specials?
I have, yeah.
They're decent.
I didn't like his delivery. His delivery was fucking weird. It was like he was reading off a teleprompter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just don't, they'd be milking it, dude. They'd be milking it, but I guess they have to.
Yeah, this is the opportunity before everybody gets in.
Yeah. He's got his whole own network now and everything.
Yep, your mom's house.
When he broke his...
It's not as good as Legends podcasting.
Hell no. I bet his production quality isn't even as good as this. And he probably has like dozens of people that he's employing and shit.
They have lots of producers. We need 2 at least over here that really significantly help out. But.
Right. When he broke his arm in the little dunk contest.
Yeah.
I feel like that was cosmic karma or something.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It was kind of weird. Like, they were jumping the shark when they did the basketball thing, because I'm on that stupid basketball algorithm. Like, that kid they were playing with, I've seen like 50 of that kid's videos.
Tristan.
Yeah, and then I watch. There's another like group of people. There's like one guy with like one arm. You know.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
They go to black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And they'll challenge like just the neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you expecting? Of course you're gonna get into a fight.
And then they're talking trash. I don't get it sometimes. Like fighting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, like, when people go out in public and fight, it won't folks like, no. If you want to fight, you can go to a gym and fight.
Right.
You know, people who want to fight you.
Like Charlie Zelenoff, the #1 champ. You know Charlie Z? He's the pound for pound world champ.
Yeah.
No, he's like a mentally ill skinny dude.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. He fought the Bronze Bomber. And he's fucking. He's Kevin Federline's brother.
He might be.
He looks just like the bro, right?
He's 142-0.
Yeah, apparently he runs his fucking. Hey, but on the real tip, he showed up
to fight. What was
the Bronze Bomber? Didn't he?
Who's the Bronze Bomber?
Anthony Josh? No, Anthony Joshua. Fuck, dude. The last champ. The fucking.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he showed. I can't believe his fucking name's on my head here.
I can't remember his name either, but he did show up to fight him.
Tyson Fury versus.
That was Anthony Joshua.
No, that's who he's gonna fight. Anthony Joshua. He fought the guy who has the good punch.
The guy who had like the crazy fucking walkout outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the Bronze Bomber?
You know his nickname. You don't know.
Dante Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
That he actually showed up to fight him.
Dude.
But he's like literally like mentally fucking ill.
He has to be.
He like
because he doesn't have any merch, right? If he had merch, it'd be like, oh, I get it. You know, ready to go.
If he had merch, god damn it.
Check out our merch, by the way. Legends Podcasting.
I'll be wearing it next time. I'm wearing, this is a guy named Devour on Instagram. D3VUR at Devour. And he makes these, he stitches these together.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, I need some
stitching.
Oh, yeah. That's
pretty
awesome.
Cool. I think he like cuts hoodies in half and then stitches them back together.
No way.
Pretty much, yeah, that's what this is. He like this Temple OS is it was a computer program. Speaking of fucking mental illness, it was a computer program written by a guy who was like a genius. He was like a legit like fucking 160 plus IQ probably. His name was Terry Davis. You ever heard of him?
No.
Terry Davis was like a crazy. He used to work for tickets.com or some shit, and he was like a developer or something. Like he was doing like real high tech shit for like a serious company, and he like lost his marbles at some point, and then he wrote his own computer program, like his own OS from scratch, like his own compiler, his own fucking I don't even know the words, his own terminal and all that bullshit. He like made it from scratch and he called it Temple OS, and it's like tied in with the Bible or something. Like I don't even know the whole story. I just know that he would upload videos in like 2018.
Yeah.
And then he like gained a bit of a following on 4chan, and he would like call out CIA people. He would call them glow in the dark.
It's a biblical themed lightweight operating system designed by the third temple prophecies in the Bible. It was created by an American programmer, Terry Davis, alone on the course of a decade of a series of manic episodes.
Yes. And he fucking documented his manic episodes. Like he barely left the house. He only left the house to get a Diet Shasta and hamburger meat.
Yeah.
And he lived with his super old parents in Arizona. And this dude ended up, how the fuck did he die?
Who'd he kill?
I don't know if he killed anybody. He wasn't
Let me
like,
read part 2.
he jerked off on camera though. And he like,
That sounds like he was just in a Zoom call.
yeah,
Sounds like normal, right?
Oh fuck yeah, that guy who jerked
Sorry about
off.
that, Terry.
Rest in peace, Terry. We miss you.
Yeah.
Gone too soon, man.
Matter of fact, is he dead?
Terry?
Yeah.
Terry, yeah, he died. He died in 2018, I think.
And he has the latest release in 2017, huh?
He was uploading a lot on YouTube and shit, but I think he was getting removed a lot too. But Terry Davis, he's like a part of meme culture now.
Yeah. Instructions from God.
Yeah.
This is like a modern day version of Mormonism, right? With a computer, though.
Minus all the wives.
Yeah. Oh, he missed out on that.
Yeah.
You know, okay, granted, he's crazy, but also super smart, right?
Fuck yeah.
So like, I think that's where part of the things our culture misses out. And like, people say toxic masculinity, you know, and I don't think they mean
masculinity.
Yeah, I have to enunciate very well to get the whole thing out. Sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, I meant ninja. Sorry about that. I'll move my mouth better. But when they talk about toxic masculinity, they don't talk about just UFC fights. That's not toxic masculinity. That's, you know, it's men being men. That's okay. They're talking about because that guy doesn't fit a male structure, he is not worthy.
Right.
You know, or he'd be, you know, downplayed on, or, you know, what's another one is war.
Right.
War is basic toxic masculinity. You know, we're talking about we're overly aggressively killing people for power. You know, I'm not talking about fucking, you know. But anyways, I don't want a little tangent on there. I don't know. I keep hearing people talk about toxic. You know, they just use every word into whatever they want to make it, and then they elaborate to what makes them feel good.
Dude, I think the whole attack, I think what toxic masculinity and all that stuff is about is essentially they just want to, like, they don't want guys being guys. They want to, like, they just want to attack anything masculine.
Well, so I would say, what is the thing they are trying to eliminate? There isn't like
testosterone.
Well, I'm saying they're not really trying to eliminate toxic masculinity, like guys being guys. There's no one stopping football, or there's not even a protest on UFC, or stopping wrestling in school.
No, but they are, like, nerfing football to the point, like, not nerfing the actual plays and whatnot. Like, people still get knocked out, but But I think they changed that shit too, right? Like you can't run full clip at each other.
Well, like I've coached football for over a decade, and like it's been like that forever. Like,
Oh, really?
So there's something called a crown rule. Like it's been like that for a long time. So like a running back is the only person who's able to do this. Every other player is not allowed to it. A running back can lower the crown of his head within the tackle 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, forward or backwards.
Right.
So, but every other player is not allowed to lower the crown of their helmet because it makes you stupid.
Right.
It kills you. Fucks you up beyond. That's why a lot of the better schools and even pros now realize, I think the Seattle Seahawks were the first team to do it, is they eliminate these hits in practice and shit. Why are we hitting ourselves over and over again, making ourselves dumb? We need to play for the game. So even the Seattle Seahawks, before when you're younger, they taught you, one, lower your head and ram that kid right there. Hit your head to head. Your helmet, bam, bam. Ow, that hurt my arm. Anyways, you should bang your heads together. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid. So now what they teach is called head up. So you rip up and your head up. So you're grabbing. You're trying to tackle the person.
Right.
And before they would teach us head across. But now they teach you head behind and alligator roll.
Oh, okay.
So the Seattle Seahawks were the first people to implement it. Their concussions dropped dramatically, and they became the number one tackling defense in the NFL.
Right.
Colleges like Harvard, all Ivy League schools don't allow tackling in practice anymore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like the Oklahomas where people get up and they smash each other. That is for coaches. That is the toxic. Like I said, toxic masculinity is, why are you doing it? And then they're like, well, because it's what we do. My parents did it. My fucking other coach did it. Look at me. I'm okay. Like, no, you're fucking Junior Seau about to fucking shoot yourself and save your brain because something is fucking wrong with you and that's where toxic masculinity, where a imitation culture is taking over instead of intelligence. So
right.
In football, like I said, there's no points for knocking the quarterback out. There's no points for tackling. There's no points for almost anything in defense except for getting the ball and scoring a touchdown. So the number one thing we want to see is plays. Once you lose a quarterback, the franchise is almost fucked. The team's fucked. Your season's ruined. Like you're almost out of it when you get someone knocked out like that. And then also, we are all humans.
Right.
So just because we like to see these people sometimes make these incredible hits, the payout for them is not great.
Right. They get permanent damage.
So they've changed. So look, to talk masculinity, I think. So I don't see him actually like anything getting canceled. Like not even cancel culture. Well, where's that panel at? Can I get on the panel? Like the vote. Like nobody's voting for shit. People are canceling themselves not only because everybody deserves an opportunity to look like. I'm a better man today than I was yesterday, but not as good as a man I'll be tomorrow, because you're able to look inside yourself and grow. And everybody in companies are technically people now, right? This is Legends Podcasting is considered a person, that's an LLC. So they are able to grow and change also,
Right.
So if you're Dr. Seuss and then, you're taking over third, fourth, fifth generation into it, and you're like, hey, we got these 4 books. They're kind of fucking raises. And like, well, I'm not going to go sell them. Well, who's going to sell them? Well, fucking only person who wants to sell them is the guy who we think's in the KKK. It's like, well, we want to fire him in the first place, But anyways, so they take it upon themselves and realize, hey, we're going to take these off the shelf. We're going to readapt them to modern times. We're not going to, Huckleberry Finn, maybe we're not going to change the word a little bit. Doesn't change the story completely if you just change Homeboy's name, So, and then what they do is they put them out again. And now they sell. Now, are you going to buy those new books? Fuck yeah, you are. So the company is, one, protecting the brand and making a profit. Boy Scouts.
Right.
Boy Scouts have had girls in there for decades. Do you think that one guy who grew up being a Boy Scout, he has 1 boy and 3 daughters, that his daughters aren't going to want to be in the same thing as their dad's at? So like, yeah, we're not having sword fights with their dicks, so fuck yeah, join us on our fucking Boy Scout thing.
They might be, because I heard there was a bunch of kid rape stuff going on.
That's the other part of it. So Boy Scouts already, at the time when Boy Scouts allowed officially girls to be in, like they started a girls division, they already had something like 10 or 30,000 girls in there. Wasn't even like 1 or 2. They already had shitload of girls. Because like I said, it wasn't like it's ran by your neighborhood.
Right.
So if the dad has 3 girls, they're showing, where else are my girls going to go?
Right.
They have to go with me. So you might as well just fucking do a fucking car derby. Also, we're going fishing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's no dicks involved. So they realized also there obviously are girls who want to do this. Why don't we start a girls division? We just doubled our profit. Why would we only let boys in the first place? And the other part is they have over $100 million in sexual molestation lawsuits towards little boys. So maybe if we have a girl division here, maybe we can, take the eyes off our lawsuits and then maybe fix some problems here. Maybe because we're allowed to have girls, we'll have more mom Cub Scout leaders instead of just constantly attracting these. Obviously, if you have, we have a group of young men, we need men volunteers to take these young men into the woods. Who'd like to do that? Like, oh, shit. What do you need? I don't know why I use a gay voice because guys aren't typically gay. I think they're just fucking pedophiles. I apologize to the gay community. That's not true.
How dare you, dude?
That was really wrong of me.
What are you, homophobe?
Not at all.
Put a dick in your mouth right now.
I'll just put the whole microphone in my mouth. It's fucking crazy. Well, I've got that guy, Chrissy Santino. It was Chrissy Chaos I was talking about. He's coming to New York from the East Coast and doing all these podcasts. He's bringing his wife with him, he said she's a either Filipino or Puerto Rican. I think it's Puerto Rican. And very running the house kind of wife. She's the boss. And he realized he's out, beta in that family. But he makes all kinds of dick jokes and not homophobic, gay jokes. Talking like he's gay and funny. He's like, my wife told me the other day I got to stop making all the gay jokes that people are starting to question. And then 30 seconds later, talks about sucking dick.
Fuck.
God, hilarious. I love that guy.
Yeah, no, the South America, they're super like macho and shit.
Yeah.
That's what scares me from going over there.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't like that, that would be the number one place to go for hookers.
Machismo.
Yeah, they're way too machismo, and they'll fucking stab you.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because I think Hispanics have a large, like when you talk about percentage-wise of gays and lesbians, there's a large culture of Hispanic gays and lesbians,
right?
Different from population, like the population of anyways, the population of blacks in America is something like 13 to 14%. The local radio stations all, okay, so they shot 20% of people shot by cops, 23%. Granted, that's like double, but really, does that mean they're racist? Like, well, if everything else is even, just they're high. Anyways, so like I said, the Mexican community has a lot of gays, and it seems like we're talking about the Middle East. The people who have the most amount of it hate it.
Right.
You can be transgender, but you can't be gay.
Yeah, that's totally fucked. And most of the places that like make you do the sex change, they don't have the best fucking procedures.
No.
So you just end up with like freak shows.
Yeah. Not that we know. Not that probably any of it's good in the first place. I was reading a story. The guy said he had to like get 3 or 4.
Dude.
And some of them doing awake.
Bro, over there in the third world?
No, it was a guy that was over here. He was telling the story.
Dude, I could tell you some horror stories about like dilate. You know what dilating is?
Oh.
So basically, when you get a sex change, don't ask me why I know all this stuff.
YouTube.
Definitely wasn't interested.
Algorithm.
No, I'm just kidding.
Subscribe to the page.
Yeah, subscribe. Dilating is like once you get a sex change, it's basically an open wound, and your body is going to always try to close it up, right? So dilating is like they have to shove like a dildo or something in there to open it up and keep it from healing.
Closing, yeah.
Yeah. And they have to do that for life. They have to like keep on doing it.
Oh, so it's like ear piercing.
Yes.
Kind of. Like I can still pierce my ear, but sometimes it almost closes out.
Yes.
Imagine if you had a squeeze. Like sometimes like my ear hole, like I got pierced when I was like 16. You can squeeze out pimple pus. Like because it's gross,
Dude.
That's pretty gross. Imagine squeezing that pussy pus.
It happens. Same shit happens. Yeah. Well, yeah, same shit happens. So, just keep the feminine dick.
You
Nothing
know,
wrong with that.
there's a lot of things. Body mutation. People turn into lizards, and to each their own. I don't know. It's been happening for forever too. Like just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, men are being women.
Yes, but only recently did they start chopping their dicks off.
That might be true, but then again, wasn't that in the Bible too? Go chop your son's dick off.
They had like eunuchs.
Well, in the Bible, he said, "Hey, I want you to go. Oh, to kill your firstborn." Yeah, it was like kill your firstborn. It said cut his dick off.
You know what
cut your own dick off.
I fucking heard. Well, close enough is circumcision.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on there,
dude? Fuck.
You know what?
You don't have kids, huh?
Not yet.
2 boys, bro. Watching that shit going down, I was like, what the fuck?
No, you circumcised them.
Fuck, it's a natural thing. Be doing it. So, you're a young dad. You do, look what I look like. You know what I mean? And so,
you know what it is. Like the funny that you say that. It's actually the original, like the original tradition was meant to be like a like in college when you have hazing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like why do you haze? So they can be like, oh well, I went through that. I went through the pain. They got to go through the pain too.
Bro, is that where they get the term "got some skin in the game"?
I hope not.
Fuck, I could use it all the time, man. I got to put some skin in the game. Fuck, foreskin.
It makes fucking A. It makes sense, but it was like a hazing activity where it's like initiation into the club, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, I'm in it, so now my kid has to be in it too, and it's like. It creates a strong incentive to keep the tradition going. And originally, like there's a guy named Eric.
Foreskin?
His last name's not Foreskin. Fuck, I forgot his name, but he did a whole lecture on like the origins of circumcision and like why they circumcise and stuff.
And it was on online, but just it cut off the ending.
It was a long fucking lecture. It was
because it wasn't circumcised.
Yeah, it was uncut, fully uncut, and it was the fucking guy. He was a professor. He was like an adjunct professor at Harvard, and his degree was in like physics, and he gave a whole lecture on like circumcision because he was circumcised, and he was like Jewish.
Yeah.
And he like went into the entire history of it, and he talked about how like the first writings. Well, so this is what I was getting at. The origin of it was like it was cutting the tip of the dick was a replacement for child sacrifice, because way back. They would fucking just kill the firstborn.
Yeah. So now instead of getting the whole skin of Jesus, you're getting a cracker, right?
Right.
Like representation.
Exactly. So it's like instead of like they came to the problem that well fuck, our numbers aren't rising. You know, we're like our population is like so low
because we modify this child's killing program.
Yeah. So let's just start cutting the tip of their foreskin.
Put a little skin in the game.
Yeah. Put some skin in the game, and it was. Originally, they only cut like a small tip, like a very, very small tip, and then
it just like it looks like it's just a small piece of calamari. That's about it, man.
Well, nowadays they cut a lot. They cut into the.
If you got a lot to give.
Well, they used to just be like the tip, and then the head would still be
hidden a little bit.
The head would still be covered with foreskin. Forget the glands. Yeah. So the pink part. I don't know why we're going so in depth into dicks right now.
Fuck. Yeah.
But the pink part is called the glands penis.
The glands penis.
Right? And that would still be covered when the original practice.
If you have a PPO.
Right. And what during like the Roman times, like the Roman baths and shit, the people who were the Jewish people who were circumcised, they would just pull their shit up and pretend like they were
normal.
Well, yeah, they would pretend that they were non-Jews.
Mainstream.
Right. So they could take part in like fucking
orgies
and shit, like bathhouse orgies.
Yeah.
And then the rabbis found out about this, and then they got pissed, and they revised the tradition to fucking cut like way, way, way lower.
So you couldn't hide it. So you couldn't fucking be turtle heading it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you couldn't hide it. And that's what we're fucking still running with to this day, is a revised version.
Yeah.
You know? And the fucking, here's another thing, like doctors and shit, they'll like green light, you know, sex changes. Meanwhile, there's like all these complications that happen from them. And like, if you just look at the fucking videos and shit of it, it is fucking gruesome.
There's a large percent of people who get it, and then they have it redone later in life to go back to, and they realize I wasn't actually transgender, I was just gay.
They regret it.
So that's kind of the problem is, I'm a dummy. I'll admit that. Okay, but when you repress something completely, there's so much information out there that we're not getting, and then the people who do have a little bit of information, like we have a little bit of information, not a lot, but then when we're talking about the subject, it all becomes controversial until we actually just say, if we're just, like, we need to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Right. We need to open the book on this, not just like, you know, only one page. Like, we're only going off this page. We got to figure out what's going on. And
right.
Because the suicide rate is high. Like I said, you go to Philippines, there's lady boys. You go to Korea, they had the fucking mini dress like geisha girls. Like, it is forever. It's been like that. You know, the fucking Romans, male orgies were guys were fucking guys. You know.
Yeah, they'd fuck little boys.
Yeah. So one of them had to look like a girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know. I guess that's my mindset.
Here's the thing. I like totally don't trust doctors and shit because of all this stuff that they like green light. And the average doctor is gonna just like by the book say, oh, circumcision is healthier, it's like cleaner. But
they have like a drug lobbyist or drug reps and people pushing them procedures. Those procedures take tools and they take devices, so people push those procedures at TED Talks or whatever it might be.
Exactly.
Or Head Talks.
Head Talks. And it's like a big money making fucking industry. Like, you might not, it might not seem like it, but yeah, circumcision does make a lot of money for these people, because even like if there's complications, well, then they got to go back to the hospital.
Or 95% of everybody born has to have it done, or is getting it done.
Yes, that, and that's
a
fucking
random number, by the way.
That's what made me had to stop watching porn, because I would just, after seeing this dude's lecture,
you have enough representation.
I don't have exactly. So I'm like, I can only watch the really niche stuff, which is like, there's none out there. It's like European. In Europe, it's not like a common practice.
It's like, God damn, can we have the fucking non-circumcision and no armpit hair? Do I have to have fucking one or the other? What's going on here?
But these fucking doctors, they'll all like quote like the same studies, like, oh, there's less prevalence of HIV if you're circumcised. What they don't tell you is all those fucking studies are out of Africa. And it's like, in Africa, if you're circumcised, usually means you were born in a hospital. And if you're uncircumcised, it means you were fucking born in the dirt, just like out in nature or some shit. So it's like you have way less fucking, you're just way dirtier, you know, way less hygiene. You
need to walk yourself through the whole statistic.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you said, you got to read into it more. You can't just read the abstract.
Life is not linear. I was telling my kid that when people say, one thing, life is not linear. You just because one thing happens, there's all kinds of other things affecting things going hand in hand with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be deep into it.
100%. Why'd you cut your kids, man?
It was like I said, it was normal. My wife did, my kid did it. My dad did it. I did it. My wife, her. I think she has a brother who's not circumcised, but
if you have any more kids, would you do it?
I don't know. I'd have to put some more research and thought into it. It wasn't something like when it happened, the whole kid thing. Like, I always want to be a dad and stuff, but there's a lot of things that happens that you don't know, and there wasn't YouTube for me to get all this information from. It couldn't have like young babies, and then went right to Hillary's page. But like my kids were born cesarean, right?
Uh-huh.
So they cut the baby out and they bring it up, and then they cut the tube off. You don't free it, so they cut and they put them down. They wipe them up. They come over. They have the umbilical cord, roach clipped off, and so it doesn't spew out. Then they say, "Would you like to cut the tip of it?" Like, as if I was cutting it free, but I'm not cutting it free. He's already free. He's cutting a tip. I'm like, nah.
No.
Like, what? For what?
I don't want to fuck up the belly button.
I didn't free him. You know what I
Right.
mean? I didn't free him at all. He's already free. So I'm just cutting it just to feel like what a tube feels like to cut. Like, I'm good. I ain't doing that. But then the circumcision, I didn't really think about the whole process. It was just like, this is your date for us. Okay, we're doing that. And then when they tie him down, dude, they put him on a fucking Jesus Christ board. My shoulders all fucked up.
Yes.
And they fucking Velcro him down. And he looks at you like, what? He's only like 4, 8 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever old he was. And then they put this, it looks like a wine thing. Like when you pull like those wine cork removers almost. And they put that on the fucking tip and clamp that fucking thing. And I'm watching.
I know
like,
what it is.
what the fuck? And obviously if you go one, you got to go two. Right? I couldn't do one sound and not the other sound. Right? So like, that happened. And dude, for like 3 weeks, you just get the biggest glop of Vaseline and put it just on that area. And you put it, and it's just a fucking redheaded fucking Viking just sitting there all angry at the tip,
Yeah.
It's like kind of a weird situation to think about it, But that, and then
Violent.
I would have to think about it definitely if I had another one, because my mindset is always, and especially like in my trade as electrical work, just because someone told you to do that doesn't mean you should do it. Let's look at it. Why are we doing the same things over and over and over again? Because someone told you that's how it's done?
Mm-hmm.
We've been conduit or do work. Like, why are you doing that? Well, that's how I was taught to. I'm like, well, check this out. You can do it this way, make it easier. Like, oh, why didn't anybody teach me that?
Seriously.
Like, why didn't you fucking look? You just gave up. Someone said, just do it this way. And you gave up. That was it. Search for more. That you have to educate yourself.
Right.
I
was, my buddy, he's a nurse, Ryan Kapinski. If you're watching this,
hell yeah.
I still remember you, you fuck.
I'm going to pause you because that's the other part of information they give every fucking apprentice. So the other one is quit this job and go become a nurse. That's a fucking way better job, bro. You run nurses?
Yeah, that's probably the only good part. And I heard they are always fucking each other.
Oh, I hope not, because my wife's a nurse.
Oh, really?
But no, that fight here too. But
My bad.
She's working at Children's Hospital with other women too.
Yeah.
But then again, hey, it might be go from round 3. We'll see. But anyways, but dude, fucking, and then they cash in.
They do. It's fucking tough though, dude. 3 days on, 3 days off, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking grueling.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Ryan, he's a nurse, and he's like a child nurse. He's around. He works at like Children's Hospital or something. And I'm always busting his balls. And when I found out he had a son, I was like every day telling him like, please don't circumcise him. Please don't circumcise him. And I gave him all these fucking studies. I was like, dude, there's a higher rate of it leading to like autism because it's like a traumatic experience. It could rewire the brain. And I was like, dude, the fucking hygiene studies are bullshit. And this was like while his wife was pregnant. So it was like a good 6 months of me just like fucking really going hard at him. And he still fucking circumcised his kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it, Ryan. You piece of shit.
And my kids didn't have any problems. And I always wonder, I was thinking about it now, with this, if we went like, is Tom Brady circumcised?
Is he?
I don't know. Mike Tyson?
I'd like to know.
Then let's go through presidents. Like, president dicks.
They probably
They're probably all circumcised.
Presidents are, because they're fucking psychopaths.
Maybe not Obama. It's funny
because
thing
he was born in Kenya, right?
Well, his dad's his dad's from Kenya. A little different thought, It's funny the one black guy would be the one with the hood, huh? But fucking crazy. Anyways, but yeah, you gotta look at these things. It's important.
Obama had a transgender like caretaker.
Oh yeah, that was not his wife. People kept saying his wife was a man. I was like, fuck, bro.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael Obama.
Yeah. And so some of the things they say on conspiracy are so stupid. Like one thing about male masculinity I will give you is our society, you can't make things be what it's not. So our society now today is still not to the point where the majority of the men will just take women as a leader.
Right.
That just doesn't mean that's my point of view. But I'm saying as we see society here in America, and especially foreign countries, they might have a woman president or my woman CEO or something like that. But like, if you were going out to the woods and you're about to start something, and you have Hillary say, "Check this out, guys," the guy's like, "No, check this out. Mm-hmm. We got the shit. We're running." It doesn't, so that male masculinity is pretty strong there. So like when they talk about like these guys are setting up Hillary to run the world, like what group of 1,000 dudes you think that is? And especially if it's. If you were like, well, they're soft, feminine dudes. Oh, yeah, gay dudes know what they love? old women. They don't like those fucking people. They like other dudes.
Right.
You know, they're not looking at, unless you were maybe Dolly Parton, you know, but still they ain't putting Dolly Parton in charge unless it was for a fucking parade or something.
You hear about Caitlyn Jenner running for California governor?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want that to happen.
It's fucking so hilarious.
I want it to happen so
Dude,
bad.
these people, like, I'm going to get a little political a little bit. These people are so dumb. First of all, Gavin Newsom, he only has a little bit more time left, right?
Right.
So, first of all, nobody wants the job. Nobody wants to. It's hard to. You look at governors for the last 100 years. I mean, in California, it's not like we've had like a long list of like, whoa, bros.
They're just taking orders, you know.
They don't even fucking run shit.
Right.
Other people run shit. It's so fucking stupid. Second, I said, so no one wants the job. So that guy volunteered to take the job. Make him keep the fucking job because he is rich.
Yeah.
He doesn't need this job.
He's rich
so
as shit.
yeah. So if you kick him out, does it affect anything?
It's better for him.
It's so much better for him, bro. He is free, and do you think they're not going to make him now? You make him a martyr of the left.
He's probably fucking funding the Rick Hall Gavin
Fuck,
Newsom
bro,
thing.
yeah. Fuck, yeah.
He's probably like got a bunch of money in it or something.
Dude, this is just straight haterism at once. They're mad because they lost election. They're mad because Gavin Newsom used to fuck Donald Trump Jr.'s fucking girlfriend.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
his
yeah,
ex-wife.
Yeah,
You know, so he had her when she was good.
Sloppy. Trump Jr. is getting sloppy seconds.
Gross, bro.
All the Trump kids look super duper weird. If you look at their faces,
They're definitely circumcised by the autism in their face, bro. What the fuck's going on?
Dude, I think, well, speaking of the whole Michelle Obama being a guy, I think there's so many gender benders out there, man. I think a lot of like mainstream celebrities are lying. Look at Ivanka. I think Ivanka was born a dude.
Oh, dude. She's not pretty at all. I know her dad wants to fuck her, but I don't find her attractive.
I think that's all a ploy. Like, people talk about Michelle Obama. I think there's more likelihood of Melania being born a male.
She looks just like Caitlyn Jenner.
Exactly.
Who thinks she's hot? She's
Exactly.
maybe a long time ago when she was a younger guy, but now she's an older guy. She's not attractive.
They have had so much. The giveaway is how much work they've had done.
Oh, constant.
Like, when you have that much work done, it's like, what the fuck are you hiding?
Yeah.
Same with Ivanka. It's like she's had so much fucking work done from like such an early age that like she looks nothing like how she looked when she was like a teenager.
Yeah, she kind of looks like what was that other guy's name? Cato. Remember OJ trial? He had the guy that lived with him, and then was it Cato Caitlin or
Bro,
fucking whatever that
that
guy's.
was for my fucking
Oh,
time.
dude, it
man.
looks just like that guy. I gotta fucking see if I can search him up. But yeah, we got
And
messages.
if you look up Ivanka Trump pregnancy photos, there's like a photo of her with a baby bump,
yeah.
and then post pregnancy, she gained like 0 pounds. There's like no weight gain.
That's Ivanka Trump.
Ivanka?
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
no,
gonna say
I saw
Melania.
Melania Trump. Sorry.
Dude, that's
right after
fucking
the OJ.
creepy.
Yeah. Look, fucking Caitlyn. Dude, that looks just like you put fucking eye makeup on Caitlyn. That's Cato Caitlyn. That was the guy that was in, his house guest at OJ Simpson when the fucking thing happened.
That's nuts. I feel like shit like that is constantly happening, you know?
Probably. You know, and said I would say like our society nowadays is less accepting. I've said this a million times. I say people all the time. So this is my idea. Okay, so like today we're less accepting to gay and behavior than we've ever been. So like back in the day, say the 60s or 70s, where Elton John, flaming, highly acceptable.
Mhm.
Elton John was huge, making money like no one's business. Obviously gay. Didn't have
Right.
to say he was gay. Obviously gay. Queen, lead singer of Queen, Freddie Mercury, amazing, huge. Queen was huge. Men loved Queen, like love Queen.
Straight guys.
Straight guys.
We are the champions. and shit.
Obviously gay. You know, I like to ride my bicycle. Oh yeah.
So
bet
gay
you do.
that he died of AIDS.
Died of AIDS. 100% gay. Okay. Those two bands would not make it today. And
You're probably right.
As an example, I'll put it as an example.
Lil Nas X.
Little Nas X, they didn't know. And once they found out, it was already, he was a meme.
Yeah.
So he's already, it's locked in. But before that, people were like, yeah, ride my horse. And they found out like, damn it.
Talking about dicks.
Dicks, damn it. Fucking Judas Priest got me. But like I said, so nowadays, Journey, the band Journey,
Right.
you know, their lead singer has a vocal problem or something, so they replaced him. They found this guy karaoke in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, that little Asian kid or
Yeah,
something.
he can't speak a lick of English. He speaks perfect Journey. So like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you very much, and then he's like, fucking my city, perfectly. People, they sell out everywhere.
Uh-huh.
People love him. Queen, their lead singer is Adam Lambert.
I didn't know that.
No one cares.
Really?
Dude, they can't outsell anything. They're kind of big, like, in make like Germany and like European places. Here in America, I was looking it up. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
They have, because we get before it was gay, but you backed him up with another gay singer. That's not my point of view. I love him. I wouldn't go see Queen today, not because he's gay, but I wouldn't see Journey either. But nobody goes. That's how our society views things. Is Ricky Martin, right? He was great until he was gay, right? Who was the other guy? We knew he was gay from American Idol. Trey.
No idea. I don't watch American
Akins,
Idol.
Trey Akins, Trey Elliott, something like that. He was Ruben Studdard, and then he was this other guy. He was, obviously gay, and then
I feel like it should just be a fucking given. If you're trying out for American Idol, you're probably gay.
Close to it, or at least, very close to your mom.
Right.
I was in drama club, I was in the Glee club, I was in the football team. I never played, but I never missed the locker room talks.
But yeah, even rappers, like there's
Bro.
a lot of fucking gay rappers these days.
The lyrics, like, I didn't know about it, but like, they'll go over song lyrics, like, yeah, man, I'll fucking suck your dick harder than anybody. Like, what the fuck did bro just say? It's like, I was having a problem, like they dropped the N word and everything, and it makes it hard for me to sing, but I can't sing that either.
Well, I know, Tyler the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he's fucking Will Smith's son.
Will Smith's son went on. I think his name's Willow, or no, Jaden. He went on. He said, "I am Tyler the Creator's boyfriend.
Yeah,
we've been dating forever."
Fucking.
But then, didn't he get married though?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on in life here.
He was
having fun.
Yeah, he was dating a bunch of chicks.
Who was the girl I heard the other day? Was it not Mike Pence's daughter? Someone's famous.
She's got some fucking big old titties.
Fuck yeah.
Mike Pence's daughter.
She's hot. It was another Republican's daughter, hardcore Republican. I can't remember.
John McCain's daughter also got big old titties.
Oh, she's a big girl too, but she's
she is a fucking linebacker. She could be a linebacker if she wanted to.
Yeah, she can definitely be the center. They're always that's that center mold. A little bit bigger, like they played softball a little bit. Yeah. Catcher, fucking looks like that. Megan. There was this other one though. She was talking about how she had a boyfriend, but then had a girlfriend, but then found herself always being the third girl on a menage a trois relationship. So people would be married, and she would be the girlfriend in the group.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was funny because it was a hardcore Republican's daughter. Just like Dick Cheney's daughter's lesbian, George Bush's daughter's lesbian.
Dude, they're fucking deviants. They're all deviants.
Yeah.
The more conservative they are, the fucking creepier that they are behind closed doors.
Yeah.
There
was that one guy, he was a Republican, he was talking about gays, and he was saying that we have a place where you can change you from gay to straight. And then someone's on TV said, wait, that's the guy who pays me to fucking suck his dick and do meth off my butt. He calls them booty bumps. He did like an interview. They said, they calls them booty bumps. So we do meth off this fucking gay guys and had turned him in. It's like, oh, now I'm going to go have to check myself into my own fucking gay rehabilitation studio.
Who was that bitch who was running for president? She was like super duper conservative, and she was a female. And I think it was I don't even remember which election it was. I think it was like it wasn't this last one. I think it was because the Republicans weren't running in this one. I think it was a one before this.
Yeah.
And her husband ran a fucking conversion clinic, and he had the gayest lisp that you've like ever heard.
Always.
And it's like, come on.
And the woman is always the masculine one in there.
Yeah.
It always fits in perfectly.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to get like a really petite girl and then a petite guy.
Right. Back to the Caitlyn Jenner governor thing. I would fucking totally vote for her just to accelerate the humility of the United States, because it's like, how much worse can we get? And also, I want a transgender president. That's how ironic would it be that the first female president is trans?
If she's Republican.
I don't care
No,
what they are.
Well, so that makes the hypocrisy funny. Like, because they were talking about this on local radio, because we only have like one local radio station. It's fucking right wing far. And so the person who was talking about Caitlyn, they're having a hard time with it because that is their only true Republican candidate.
Jenner? She's Republican, right?
Yeah, hardcore.
Oh, dude.
And she's against.
She's anti-gay, right?
Anti-gay.
Yeah.
Which is awesome too.
Hilarious.
Fucking awesome is funny. But they have to vote somebody, right?
Right.
So that's probably gonna be the person I vote for. So like she, whatever she, I'm not for that, but whatever. Like they don't even know what to do. They can't have the conversation.
Yeah, they're having like a fucking mind. Their minds are pretty much melting.
So like when
It's
they talk
perfect.
about morals, hey, how about this? Forget the fact. This is what Joe Rogan would say. Forget the fact that she's gay or transgender or whatever. She's a fucking killer. Remember? She killed that She was in a car.
Oh, yeah.
No, Bruce was in a car, bumped that car, killed that fucking person, and then he died off and Caitlyn Jenner was born.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you better not call her Bruce because that's dead naming.
Dead
bro.
naming. Don't do that. Yeah. Whatever you want to get fucking called. I don't give a fuck.
I think that's a good fucking strategy. Is like you get into hot water, and then you totally change your whole persona.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of hot water.
Well, if you're like, hey, you're going to send me to jail, send me to the girl jail. Hey.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I'm not gay. Like, hey, you set that up perfectly, right?
Yeah, exactly. What's hilarious is when, dude, this is an aside. I went to college with, she was like one of my best friends in college. Super bull dyke, you know, short hair, tattoos and shit. She would like fucking hide her tits. And, we get out of college and like, she was always like a strong girl. She did jujitsu with us a little bit. I don't know if I should name her. That's kind of fucked up.
My name's Gina.
Well, she ended up changing her name and everything because she transitioned. She started taking hormones and stuff. And what's crazy is she got a transgender girlfriend who transitioned from a boy. So it's like total role
What's going on?
reversal.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool that it's like
Hey,
that.
love is love.
Yeah, fuck
Whatever.
it. But I want to know is like, and she would usually have pretty hot lesbian girlfriends.
Oh, yeah. Always.
When we were in college.
Yeah.
Like her girlfriends were fairly attractive. Not the first one, but her second one, she was like kind of cute. And then I don't know what happened to her, but then she like fucking then it was like total switcheroo.
Hey, girls gotta look good for girls.
Right.
We just look ugly. You know, we just have to have a good truck or something. But girls gotta look good.
If you look at all the fucking like, we only pay attention to Obama and Michelle, right? We're like, oh, Michelle's a fucking, you know, she's gender bending. You look at all the previous presidents, dude, way more.
No one's
likely.
getting laid.
No, I think it's way more likely that the previous presidents' wives were male.
I'm saying they ain't getting laid. Those are all like Hillary. You know what I mean? Okay, you want to say it's a girl? Go for it. Cool, that's cool. Barbara Bush. I don't know. She looked like grandma.
Barbara Bush, bro. Look, her. Who is it? It was Barbara, the super granny who was Bush Senior's wife. Is that Barbara or yeah? She looks fucking exactly like Aleister Crowley.
Oh yeah.
You look at a side by side
zigzag guy kind of.
Yes, and I think Aleister, I think they shared some sort of like family ties.
Well, yeah, definitely. All that group and all that time period, everybody was into it from Jimmy Page to, you know, the whole world was into Aleister Crowley for a while.
Speaking of aliens, you know, we talk about, I'm looking at that alien head up there.
Fuck yeah.
Aleister Crowley, he did like a seance or some shit. This Aleister Crowley was fucking nuts. He had access to the tombs in the Great Pyramids, and he would do rituals and shit in the Great Pyramids, which is like, how fucking nuts is that, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody was allowed to do that.
No.
He would go in there and do that shit. And this fucker would do like, he would do sex magic. So he would have like orgies and shit and do like heroin and then just keep fucking and doing heroin until he would get into like a crazy like hypnotic state. And he would have visions and he would make contact with like fucking demons and shit.
Yeah.
One of the
Dimensions.
different dimensions, yeah. One of the demons that he saw in one of these like crazy like states was a demon called Lam, like I think it's Laam or something, and he sketched up an image of what he saw, and it was textbook. It was like the very first time that a like typical these days what a typical gray alien looks like.
Yeah.
Big head,
Big ass.
like a big big ass. No, big head with like a teardrop shaped head, like upside down teardrop with big eyes, and that's what it was. And that it was like the very first time that was like put out into like put on paper.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking demon that this dude conjured up after like a sex magic session. And it's like you tie that in with all the like alien news that is like popping up right now, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I think some partly is like I just had this new theory because this is the first time y'all gonna hear this. This is deep, okay? So get ready, conspiracy theory people. I think the reason why we're wearing masks and everybody's trying to get us to wear a mask to get prepared because, and also the vaccine, because this is not a COVID vaccine or a COVID mask. This is the protect yourself from the alien COVID vaccine, protect yourself from the alien mask. They're going to have a little bit of fucking chemtrails, or just your breath alone might protect the aliens so we don't kill them. They're like, this is a requirement. You got to figure out how to force these people to wear a fucking mask so we don't die like War of the Worlds and shit.
Allegedly. According to like, just to cover our bases,
Yeah.
I'm going to take the vaccine. I wear my mask. I love Pfizer.
Johnson is back on board.
We love them.
Yeah.
Vaccines are good. The earth is round. You know, whatever I got to say to keep this video on YouTube.
Yeah. You know, my wife, she's a nurse, so she's double vaccinated. You know, she's good. You know, no big deal. You know what I mean? I'm halfway through the one vaccine because if I, you know, all my kids have been vaccinated already. You know what's funny is, bro, the mask. This make me laugh. Is before COVID, if you were an athlete, you wore a mask, bro, because you know I want to be able to strengthen up my lungs. So I wear this mask. You know, it makes me a better fighter. I wear the fucking fighter mask, bro. And now people are like, fuck, bro, I'm gonna die if I fucking cover my nose.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, you're a mouth breather. Don't even fucking lie.
I tried to get use the medical condition excuse when it first started.
Yeah.
Last year, and like nobody was buying it. They were like, "Oh no, you can't be in here."
Yeah.
Especially Panda Express were fucking strict.
They know.
I was going to Panda Express a lot. They were like, "No, you gotta wear a fucking mask. Like you can't be in here without a fucking mask."
We got a fucking buffet.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense, really.
Yeah.
We got sneeze guard, but that ain't gonna help.
Right.
You know? So for me, like my work, we always ask for dust mask and shit like that all the time, and they wouldn't provide them for us because a regular mask, like a fucking basic one, they're cheap. It really doesn't do anything,
right?
Like, to protect dirt out. So the actual they call masks respirators.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you a respirator, you have to have a medical okay to wear these respirators for the job site for the job to give them to you. So they never would provide them for us, ever. Mm-hmm. Like you could provide, so people would wear bandanas, or some people bring their own mask. And now they provide masks like a regular, but they're not those masks. It's just the medical mask.
The blue one.
Nobody gets sick, bro.
Really?
Back in the day, like they're sick constantly. It's been, you know, for almost a year and a half now. Nobody gets sick. Nobody gets cold. Nobody misses work. And we talk about it all the time. It's like crazy. It's like I haven't got a cold or sick. I used to get asthma like a motherfucker once a year. 30 days. I'm deep into it, you know. But nobody's getting sick. You know, so like, fuck. I like it because I said I talk a lot of shit, so I can go out in public. I'll pull my sleeves down. Someone sees my tattoos, and no one sees who I am. Also, when I was a kid, bro, my whole life, all I wanted to do was be a ninja. Like, I had the black belt magazine. I look at it, and I said, I just need two things. I need the hood with the mask, you know, and I need the shoes. Where my toes split up, you know. If I had those two things, I can wear black sweats and a black shirt, but I need the mask part and the shoes. I got the mask part. I'm wearing fucking black hoodies. I'm like a ninja everywhere I go. This is fucking awesome. I'll wear like a the blue one. I'll wear a
Right.
blue one, and then I'm like Cobra. You know, that's fucking awesome. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was watching G.I. Joe. Cobra, basically everybody in the whole thing is basically white, right?
Uh-huh.
Except for they have one guy on the G.I. Joe, and he's the ninja. And what's his fucking name? Snake Eyes. Racist ass motherfuckers. Like, really? That hurt like motherfuckers. But they really do that? They call them Snake Eyes? Like, what is the snake relevant to the fucking Orient? Maybe snake. I don't think so.
Right.
But, like, that's the racist motherfucking name I could have ever seen them give the guy.
Could have been Chink Eyes, dude.
Man, that was the second guy. He was actually his helper. He was fucking Snake Eyes and Chink Eyes. They had a fucking helicopter.
They were always doing that type of shit back in the day, you know.
Wild.
It was nuts.
You know, even the guns. I say, like I'm a gun pro guy, but they like if you start thinking about it, man, everything in this sense is pro gun. Like G.I. Joe, ready? Everybody had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The gun saved the day. Ready? Gun kept you safe. And then also nobody died. So what's the threat?
Dude, it's just like Tim Kennedy. I think it's just like recruitment.
100%.
Fucking child recruitment.
Programming.
Yeah, programming. With the UFC and with even the NFL, like they always got a U.S. military sponsor.
Oh, isn't that the fucking funniest thing, bro? So it was all pro-military, bro, because military gave shitload of money and said, where recruitment is low.
Right.
And a lot of people who don't make pro sports or the college, where are they going to go? We need those people to join the military.
Yeah.
That's what people want. So they did all that fucking push. And now they realized, oh, we fucked up. So like, we're not, like, hey, I love our country. I'm American. I'm a Constitution. I love our country. I love the flag. It's awesome. I have a flag in my house. I used to play in a band. I always put a flag on stage. But like, someone said this one time. Isn't it kind of weird that we have to stand to allegiance? Do a pledge, or do a national anthem before public events?
Right.
You know, like if we talk about like government control. Well, that's kind of weird. Like, I love my country. I always stand. I love it. I'll sing the song. Why would want to sing it, you know? But that is kind of weird to think about it.
Yeah. No, it's all programming, dude. And they have like these recruitment officers going to high schools and shit. Like, oh, let's do a pull-up competition. Like, let's see how many pull-ups you could do.
Give you a test. Oh, you got 100% on the test. I didn't fill it out.
So fucked. And that's what it always is. It's just like, it's bullshit.
We're going to have to wrap this up here.
All right.
Well,
I'm getting a call right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, this is I think this is our season 4, episode 1, the new studio. You know, did a great job today. Everybody got to check us out on legendspodcasting.com. That's where our videos are at. Subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcast, Amazon, wherever you're listening to this, make sure you subscribe, like, share.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go to our podcast or the website legendspodcasting.com, we have a Onnit affiliate, Instacart affiliate, whatever you guys think about. Want to buy some Onnit products?
Get some Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain.
Get some crazy dreams from Alpha Brain.
Fuck yeah.
According to Rogan.
Well, it's been a good one, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, we just getting started. We out.